get to kick off this movie with a cautionary tale and really kind of set the tone. How exciting was it that you get to introduce the movie and be like, hey, this is Mean Girls. It's going to be a bit different from what people expect, and you're going to go on for this ride.
I loved it. I love that was one of my favorite things about the musical was using Janis and Damian as the vehicle to tell the story. Because I think they're one of the few people that have truly like they know the ins and outs of North Shore, the things Katie doesn't know about these people they already know. And I think it's even perfect for a movie for those who haven't seen the musical to be like, this is not the Mean Girls you thought it was going to be. We're not taking the exact same material and just throwing it back in your face. This is a very different look. It's a very different sound, and it's a musical. So get a song in the first 2 minutes. So like, if you want to leave, this is your time, but you're going to enjoy it. I'm telling you.
For sure. And you and Ali, you just have such a great interplay off each other. Was that like an instant connection, or how was that between you two?
I think so. I think so. I think especially her being what I consider somewhat of a vet, I think she's done this for a while, and especially since a young age. A lot of the things that come with making a movie, she knows she's been through it. And to me, I'm coming in with just these wide eyes, like, oh my God, it's like, oh, there's just a table full of food. We can grab it whenever. Okay, we get to be here till 1 in the morning. Oh, this is cool. And I'm sure some of that probably annoyed her, but it's fine. I was very happy to be there. I was excited. But I think that playfulness of Janice having a plan and having an idea, and then Damien just going along for the ride was somewhat the dynamic of us. She knew where Janice was going. I knew where Damien was going, but I was also I'm having a little fun on the side. So I think it made for a nice little relationship.
Yeah, and I was curious, this is like your first big feature film role. Did any part of it surprise you? How was that experience being on the big set for the first time?
It was scary. I've never done anything on the camera besides, maybe some interviews and televised performances. So it was scary to jump into it. But I think what surprised me the most was you always hear how much work goes on behind the scenes, but you never get a chance to see it. The credits roll and you see like 1,000 names. And usually that's when people get up because, like, who are those people? You didn't see them in the movie. But for me, the joy was seeing what all those names mean and what those people do. And I have a newfound respect for it because everyone was working hard. If we were on set till 2 o'clock in the morning, they were on set till 3 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? They were there before we got there and after we left, and still came in with just such positive energy and lifted us up. So to me, the biggest surprise was just seeing how many people are involved in even what could look like a simple shot.
Yeah, it's incredible once you start learning that. And Damien's such a beloved character already. So how was it kind of, putting your own spin on it? And you don't want to go off what was before, but you don't want to like, fans spring their expectations. So how was it kind of navigating that as a actor yourself?
It was a fun challenge. It was a fun challenge. I wanted Damien to feel like that cousin that you used to really be good friends with, but when y'all grew up, y'all kind of separated. But when y'all saw each other again, it was like, oh, hey, we did like each other. I wanted him to have that energy, but also I think there are just a lot of things, a part of my identity that make him a different character. I think it's very obvious that I'm black and Damien was not black before. So that's going to change things, be it how he speaks, how he moves through the world, and also, the world is very different now than it was in 2004. Nobody was talking about body positivity in 2004. Queerness wasn't as accepted in 2004. So I think there is a difference in how he sachets down the hallway. There's a difference in how he communicates with the girls. And just like I think there's this little like there's he already had confidence, but I think there's a little extra boost in this Damien because there's nobody throwing a shoe while he's singing at the talent show. They're listening the whole time, you know?
That's wonderfully put. And one of the biggest laughs for the entire movie in my theater was when you did the iCarly theme song. Was that always in the script? What was your reaction when you learned of that? Because it's so ridiculous, but it fits the character perfectly.
Yeah, it was in the script. And reading it, I was like, oh, this is hilarious. But now it's up to me to like sell it. It's hilarious on the page, but now, how do I go for it? And Art and Sam, our directors, had a vision. They told me the vision. They sent me a reference video that they were referencing the performance off of. And they were like, we want you to be sweaty and we want you to be dramatic and we want every word to hit. And then we're going to go from black and white to the talent show and we're going to interrupt your song and all. And I just went along for the ride. But it was a fun little element, you know. It was nice to sing French, even if it was badly. It was nice to try something new. And I love the response from it.
Yeah, it's a great scene, and one of my favorite songs is "Revenge Party," and I love the visuals as well because it's this very, dreamlike quality, kind of
Yeah,
montagey. How was it filming that scene? Because it's so much fun to watch.
I think it was one of the most fun scenes, songs to film, but also the most difficult because the song goes for so long. I can't. I think it was like over 14 pages in the script. Um, we were on set a long time with that one, and each week there was a chunk of Revenge Party that we had to do. But for me, it was one of the one songs that incorporated us as principal actors, background, the dancers, everybody was there. It was all hands on deck. And to me, coming from the world of musical theater, where it's like you're sharing the stage with these people, you're sharing it with an ensemble, that is where I felt most at home when I get to play off of all these people and watch them make the song come to life, all the makeup artists putting crazy looks on us and like costume throwing a cape on me and like it was to me it's just it felt the most musical theater of the songs and I think that's why I was excited for it.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. And one of the really cool elements about this film is that it was originally set for streaming. Paramount really believed in it. They gave it that, theatrical release, and then it did so well. How exciting was it to see them really push the film, and then it come out, be number one for a few weeks, and just really resonate with people all over again?
It was extremely exciting. It was extremely exciting. And I told myself I was like I'm prepared for whatever the response is because I'm just that proud of the work I've done and that everybody a part of this project has done. Um, but to see us actually be celebrated and people actually take something away from it, I think is the biggest joy. And for people who are not as a musical theater baby, I gotta keep bringing it up. But as a Broadway baby, it's nice to see those who didn't know that it was even a musical be introduced to the original Broadway cast and how talented they are and like the history of this show. It was really exciting, and I'm happy people like it.
Yeah, you do have the great theatrical background, a Strange Loop on Broadway. So I was curious, like, what's next for you? Are you trying to like do more musicals, more plays? Or are you trying to go more in film? How are you going to try to navigate these different interests you have?
I love musical theater. I've always loved musical theater, and I promised myself that I would not be one of those actors that as soon as they get a job on the screen, it's like I'm done. No more 8 shows a week. I'm on to something else. But I also learned through this process how much access comes with movies, and unfortunately, Broadway doesn't afford a lot of people that access. There are a lot of people that can't get to New York, and if they can get to New York, they can't afford a Broadway ticket. And to me, I signed up to do this because somebody inspired me, and I really love being an artist, and I want to inspire other people. I wish the reach and the accessibility of Broadway and musical theater was much better. I would love to go back with the right show and the right material. But I think my next project, I can't speak too much on it, but it'll be on the screen again. And I'm just excited to show someone who may not be able to make it to New York the possibilities that art can create.